welcome back. For those of you who are new around here, this is not my usual setup. We are in yet another temporary setup. So yes, bear with me, it is slightly echoey, apologies for that. And yes, I have accumulated a lot of books considering the fact that this is a temporary setup. I've read some of these behind me though, so it's okay. I am going to be doing the small BookTuber tag. I am very late to the game in this one. A lot of people have already done this one, so when it comes to the part at the end where I have to tag people, I don't think that's going to go terribly well because I think most people have already done it. So question number one, my list of questions here, is to introduce yourself. I am Catriona. I have this channel, Fabulous Book Fiend. I also have my blog by the same name, and I am the same name on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat, and all of those things are always linked down below. Also go by the same name on Goodreads. I have had this channel for just under 2 years now. I have been blogging for, well, I've had my own blog for just over 6 years, and I was contributing to someone else's blog for that. So I've been blogging for 7 years, just over 7 years. And as I say, I have branched into the world of BookTube just over 2 years ago, and yeah, I'm loving it. The main reason that I waited so long to start a channel when I'd been blogging for so long was just literally that I didn't have the time to do it at the time. So now I have a little more time on my hands to make videos and read the books that go with those videos. Question number 3, what types of videos do I make? I make review videos. Sometimes I make a review video about one specific book. Sometimes I make a review video about the books that I've read in one particular week, or 4 or 5 mini reviews, depending on how I'm feeling at the time. For example, I read 4 YA books that I loved recently and made a 4 YA book review video. I also make tag videos such as this one. I make wrap-ups and TBRs. I really enjoy making those videos, talking about what I've read and what I'm going to be reading, and the new releases that are coming out that month that I'm really excited about. I also make book hauls and like bookish merch hauls as well. I've done a couple of what's in my bag videos. I've done a couple of books, a couple of videos, a couple of books, can see the word books here, a couple of videos that I've done with my mum, a couple of videos I've done with another booktuber. Yeah, basically I like the fact that I can try and do a little bit of everything. One of my most popular kinds of video on here is a book versus movie video, and I really enjoy making those. Sometimes it might be that I go back and reread and rewatch. Sometimes it might be that something is coming out at the cinema, so I may reread the book, or I may be reading the book for the first time just before it comes out in the cinema. But yeah, I like making those videos. Those are always fun. My Love, Simon book versus movie, I literally made the movie as soon as I came in back to my apartment after seeing the movie, so my face is somewhat tear stained in that one, and it's after midnight, so that is my like ultimate raw reaction to that to that movie. Then what type of books do I read? I read predominantly, I read contemporary fiction. I'm not a big fantasy or sci-fi reader. I do read contemporary fiction. I read a lot of contemporary adult and young adult romance, romantic comedies. This little pile behind me here actually gives you a really good cross section of what I've been reading. You'll see there is a thriller here and 2 thrillers over here. We've got a couple of thrillers up here, so I do read some thrillers as well. And then we have 1 fantasy novel down here, Confessions of a Shopaholic, one of the all-time favourites. And then we've got young adult, some young adult here and here, some young adult here, and then we've got amazing contemporary commercial fiction that I've read there, and some fabulous hardback commercial fiction over here as well. It's just a really good cross section. I do read non-fiction as well. There's not a lot of non-fiction there behind me. I don't think there's any non-fiction there behind me, which is unusual. I normally do have some non-fiction books around. I tend to do a lot of the non-fiction. Actually, look, no. One of my favourite non-fictions right here, Misogynation, Laura Bates. Awesome. A lot of the non-fiction I do on audiobook, so that might be a reason that I've got none behind me, but I've listened to some recently. I do read, in terms of non-fiction, memoirs. I like a lot of like gender studies non-fiction, and just, yeah, when something interesting piques my interest or is sent to me for review, yeah, I do like non-fiction as well. Yeah, not a big fantasy reader though. Generally has to be a bit contemporary. I make some exceptions. I have read some exceptions. If you look back on my channel, you'll see a few in my wrap-ups where there's been something which sort of verges onto the more fantasy or dystopian, but generally it's contemporary. That was a long answer to that question. What's my favourite type of video to make? I sort of touched on this and said that I think it's probably the book versus movie video. But one of the things that I really like about BookTube as opposed to my blog, I've had my blog for so long and it's, you know, well established, and I've got a certain routine in what I post on what days and what kind of posts I do. Whereas BookTube, because it's quite new and it's quite open and it allows me to be just a little bit more creative. I'm not very creative really, but just have a little bit more creativity with it because it's a camera and I can put other things in there. I can kind of like move to other spaces. I can bring in other clips and things like that. Is those videos where I've tried to be a little bit more different. So my sort of vlog style videos, a couple of my readathon wrap up videos, I've included some reading vlogging in there and then edited it all together. When it was Vlogmas, I did a day, like a vlog where I vlogged my day, and a vlog where I vlogged my week, and then a vlog where I vlogged my birthday at Disney. And those ones were interesting because, yeah, I got to play around with it a little bit more and decide what I wanted to include and what I didn't want to include, you know, what I wanted to have sound, what I wanted to be regular speed, what I wanted to be speeded up. And so those ones where I kind of, yeah, edit a few things together, they're quite interesting. They don't seem to do as well on the channel though. You don't seem to be such a fan of the vlog style video. So I guess, yeah, probably book versus movie, because I know that they can sometimes sway people as to whether they go and see the movie of a book they've loved or whether they read the book before seeing the movie. But also, I mean, who doesn't love a book haul? And again, you know, you guys seem to love book hauls. My last book haul was like 40 minutes long and it's already had quite a few views. So yeah, a book haul, getting excited about new books and bookish merch. And then, as I said at the beginning, this is the part where I tag some small booktubers, but these small booktubers that I follow and love have all done this video, and that is why I am doing this video, because I've seen it on their channels. I saw this video on Beautifully Bookish Bethany's channel. I will link her channel down below, and I will link the channel with the original tag down below as well. And yeah, if you have any other questions about my channel, then please feel free to ask me in the comments. It's always nice to get comments. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe so that my next video lands right in your subscription feed, no waiting around. And thank you very much for watching. I will be back with another video soon, so I will see you then. Bye.